Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a class given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on August 1st, 2022 in Mayapur, India. The class begins with a reading from the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 10th Canto, Chapter 33, verse 39.
Mokkha karoti vācalam Tatthitvatavahan vande Paramananda madhavam Hariom Tatsat. Of this verse, the world rise, hearing with faith the pastime of Krishna with the devotees.
Этот стих прославляет слушание с верой славные игры Кришны с Гопи.
Can you understand what I say?
I can hear, Guru Maharaj.
Huh?
I can hear what you are saying.
So, I was visiting Varsana.
So I was visiting Barsana.
Я посещал Варшану.
You're also reading the English?
Yes, I was told to do so.
He can do that. And there's one, we call it peacock comet.
One place they call it as peacock.
Peacock comet. More kutir.
Oh, more peacock killer.
И одно место на Варшане называется Мор-Кутир или холм павлинов.
There's a painting there by a blind artist.
There is a painting there by a blind artist.
И там находится картина, которую написал слепой художник.
Radha and Krishna dancing like peacocks.
Рада и Кришна танцуют как павлины.
So
they told me the pastime.
Они рассказали мне эту игру.
That Radharani and her confidants are watching a peacock dancing.
Radharani and her confidants watching a peacock dancing.
Однажды Радхарани наблюдала за танцем павлинов.
Krishna said, nobody is watching me, they all are watching the peacock.
И Кришна расстроился, никто не смотрит на меня, как я танцую, все смотрят, как танцуют павлины.
Radharani said, well, you are not dancing, but the peacock is dancing.
И Рада сказала, ты же не танцуешь, как павлины.
So then Krishna went there and danced next to the peacock.
И тогда Кришна встал рядом с павлинами и начал танцевать.
Yes. How is that? How is that?
How is that?
Как это возможно?
Radharani said, okay, all right.
But peacock was better.
But peacock is better.
Радхарани сказала, ну, неплохо, но у павлинов лучше получается.
Then Krishna danced more enthusiastically.
И затем Кришна начал танцевать с еще большим энтузиазмом.
So he asked Radharani, how is that?
Then he asked Radharani, how is that?
That was,
И затем он спросил Раду, а сейчас как?
and Radharani said, well, that was better,
Then Radharani said, that looks better,
but still the peacock is better.
but still the peacock is better.
И Рада сказала, ну, выглядит получше, но все равно павлины танцуют лучше.
Then Krishna, he really danced.
Then Krishna, he really danced.
И затем Кришна на самом деле начал танцевать.
And then Radharani stood up and danced with him.
And Radharani stood up and danced with him.
И Рада не выдержала и начала танцевать вместе с ним.
And well, that's the painting they have.
So that's the painting they have.
И это та картина, которая там находится.
Radha and Krishna dancing.
Radha and Krishna dancing.
Рада и Кришна танцуют.
There are many pastimes of Radha and Krishna.
So there are many pastimes of Radha and Krishna.
Так, есть много игр Радхи и Кришны.
But one has to be very advanced to hear.
So one has to be very advanced for them to hear.
Но на самом деле человек должен быть возвышенен, чтобы слушать об этих играх.
If you think of some material thing, then you shouldn't listen.
Then if they think it is some material thing, then
You shouldn't listen.
then you shouldn't listen.
Если они думают, что эти игры это какие-то обычные мирские игры, то тогда им не следует слушать их.
Actually, Radha and Krishna are the Krishna and the gopis are exchanging pure love.
So actually Radha and Krishna, Krishna and the gopis, they are exchanging pure love.
И на самом деле Рада и Кришна, Кришна и Гопи обмениваются чистой любовью.
But they, what to say, how they deal with Krishna is very special.
How they deal with Krishna is very special.
И то, как они взаимодействуют с Кришной, в этом есть что-то особенное.
And in this way, Krishna is always attracted by their leelas.
This way Krishna is always attracted by their leelas.
И поэтому Кришна всегда притянут их лилами.
Basically, we're doing my Chaitanya book compilation.
So we are doing my Chaitanya book compilation.
Итак, мы составляем книгу читания.
And Nandani had worshipped Lakshmi for 12 years.
Narad Muni has worshipped Lakshmi for 12 years.
Нарада Муни поклонялся Лакшми 12 лет.
He got Mahaprasad on iron plate as his boon.
So he asked for Mahaprasad from Narayan's plate as his boon.
И как благословение за это он попросил у Лакшми Махапрасад с тарелки Нараяны.
Lakshmi, his brothers, and I'll give you whatever you want.
Lakshmi said, I would give you whatever you want. Promised that I will give you whatever you want.
И Лакшми сказала, я пообещала тебе, что дам все, что ты пожелаешь.
And he asked for Mahaprasad on Narayan's plate.
then he asked for Mahaprasad from Lord Narayan's plate.
Когда он попросил этого Махапрасада с тарелки Нараяны,
But Narayana told Lakshmi never to give his Mahaprasad to anyone.
But Narayana told Lakshmi never give his Mahaprasad to anyone.
Нараяна сказал Лакшми: пожалуйста, не давай мой Махапрасад никому.
So she was in great anxiety. She had promised not money, give anything, and he asked for one thing that Narayana had said she could do.
But she was worried that she has promised Narad Muni that she could give him anything, but but she was in anxiety that she couldn't give the one thing that Narad Muni asked, which Narayana told her not to do.
И Лакшми обеспокоилась, потому что она пообещала Нараде Муни, что исполнит любое его желание, но здесь Господь Нараяна сказал не исполнять его, потому что Махапрасад не должен был даваться никому.
Narayana saw that she was morose and anxiety. He asked her, "What's the matter?"
So Narayana saw her that she was morose, she was in anxiety, so he asked her, what's the matter?
И Нараяна увидел, что она обеспокоена и печальна, и спросил ее: в чем дело, дорогая?
Because in Vaikuntha, nobody there is in anxiety.
Потому что на Вайкунхе нету беспокойств.
So she told him what she had promised and what she was thinking, what she should do.
So she told him what she was thinking, what should she do.
И Лакшми поделилась с ним своими мыслями, что она должна теперь делать.
Narayana saw it, said, "Well, just don't give him from me."
So Narayana told her, you don't give him in front of me.
Тогда Нараяна сказал ей: ну не давай Махапрасад передо мной.
Sneak it sometime when I don't see, I give him.
So sometime when I don't see, then you give it to him.
И когда я не буду видеть этого, ты ему дай.
So one time she took a handful of Mahaprasad and Narayan's plate and gave it to Narad Muni.
So one time she got one handful of Mahaprasad from Narayan's plate and gave it to Narad Muni.
И вот она получила эту горсть Махапрасада от Нараяны и дала Нараде Муни.
And then Narad ate it and he became so ecstatic.
And Narad ate it, he became so ecstatic.
Нарада почтил этот прасад и преисполнился такого экстаза.
He became brilliant like a million suns.
He became brilliant like a million suns.
Он засиял, как миллионы солнц.
He was so ecstatic. Haribo, Haribo!
He was so ecstatic. Haribol, Haribol.
Он начал восклицать: Харибол, Харибол.
So then he went to Kailash.
And then he went to Kailash.
Затем Нарада отправился на Кайлас.
And Lord Shiva said, "What happened to you? You're really like a million suns."
So Lord Shiva asked him, what happened to you? You are brilliant like millions of suns.
Господь Шива спросил ее: что с тобой случилось? Ты сияешь, как миллионы солнц.
And then he explained how he had worshipped Lakshmi for 12 years. He got the incomparable Mahaprasad from Narayan's lane and he felt so much ecstasy.
So he told him that how he worshipped Mahalakshmi for 12 years and he got Mahaprasad from Narayan's plate, so he was in so much ecstasy.
И Нараяна объяснил ему, что он поклонялся Махалакшми 12 лет и получил эту горстку Махапрасада, и теперь он в таком экстазе.
Lord Shiva heard.
Lord Shiva heard.
И когда Шива услышал об этом,
I thought we were friends.
And he said, I thought we were friends.
он сказал, а я думал, мы друзья.
You didn't give me any prasad from Narayan's plate.
You didn't give me any prasad from Narayan's plate.
Ты же мне не дал ничего с тарелки Нараяны.
I was deprived of this greatest ecstasy.
I was deprived of this greatest ecstasy.
И мне не удалось получить эти экстатические эмоции.
Narada Muni felt embarrassed.
Narad Muni felt embarrassed.
Нарада Муни это смутило.
He just ate the prasad and he didn't wait anything.
So he ate the prasad, he didn't
Wait.
for anyone.
И когда он почитал этот Махапрасад, конечно же, он не думал ни о ком другом.
But he looked down and he was ashamed.
He put his head down and he was ashamed.
Он опустил голову и
What?
застыдился.
But he also didn't have time. He didn't wash his hands.
He also didn't have time, he didn't wash his hands.
У него даже не было времени, чтобы всполоснуть руки.
So here in my fingernail, there's a speck of Narayan's Mahaprasad.
Here in my fingernail there is a speck of Narayan's Mahaprasad.
И он сказал, что вот на моем ногте прилип кусочек Махапрасада от Нараяны.
That's where the famous saying comes. Lord Shiva says, Kanika Matra, give me a little speck.
That's why the famous say comes where Lord Shiva says, Kanika Matram, just give me a speck.
Как раз эти знаменитые слова Шивы, Каника Матра, пожалуйста, дай мне хоть частичку.
And then, when he gave them, and they took it immediately.
And then Narad Muni gave him, he took it immediately.
И Нарада Муни дал ему, и Шива сразу же принял.
And he felt so much ecstasy.
And he felt so much ecstasy.
И он почувствовал прилив таких экстатических чувств.
He started dancing with the way that only Shiva would dance.
So he started dancing in the way that normally Lord Shiva would dance.
И он начал танцевать так, как танцует только Господь Шива.
All over the universe there were earthquakes, tsunamis.
All over the universe there were earthquakes, there were tsunamis.
И по всей Вселенной начались землетрясения и цунами.
And Rasatala, in Rasatala, the bottom of the universe, it was even shaking Anantadev.
Even in Rasatala, at the bottom of universe, Lord Shiva is shaking even Anantadev.
И на Расатале, где обитает Шешанага, Шива побеспокоил даже его, начал трястись.
So, Parvati was on a tour of the universe.
Parvati was on the tour of the universe.
А Парвати в то время обходила Вселенную.
She is the universal mother.
She is the universal mother.
Потому что она мать всей Вселенной.
It wasn't time for the Mahapralaya,
So
the final destruction.
it was not the time for Mahapralaya, the final destruction.
И она подумала, так это же не время Махапралаи, окончательного разрушения Вселенной.
So she went back to Kailash, saw her husband Shiva dancing in ecstasy.
And she went back to Kailas and she saw her husband Lord Shiva was dancing in ecstasy.
И она пошла на Кайласу, увидела, что ее супруг танцует в экстазе.
So he had his eyes closed and he was dancing and so ecstatically.
With his eyes closed, he was dancing so ecstatically.
Его глаза были закрыты, он в упоении танцевал.
And Parvati thought, I have to stop him, otherwise the universe will be destroyed.
Parvati thought, I got to stop him, otherwise the universe will be destroyed.
Парвати сказала, я должна остановить его, потому что он разрушит всю Вселенную.
So she spoke some harsh words to him. Swami, Swami,
So she spoke some nice words to him,
harsh
words to him. Swami, Swami.
И она так жестко сказала ему, с вами,
and broke his trance.
And broke his trance.
и таким образом прервала его танец.
He said, what have you done? And he said, what have you done? I was in the greatest ecstasy and you broke it.
And he said, what you have done? I was in the great ecstasy and you broke it.
И он сказал, что же ты сделала? Я был в таком экстазе, а ты прервала его.
And she explained to him, and he also thought she was easily satisfied.
And she explained to him, he is Ashutosh, he is easily satisfied.
И, конечно же, Шива Ашутоша, его очень легко удовлетворить.
But then she was curious. She asked him, you dance every day. Why today was special?
So she was curious. She said, you dance every day, but why today it is special?
И ей было интересно, ты танцуешь каждый день, но почему твой танец был таким особенным сегодня?
And he explained what happened with Narad and how he got a speck of Narayan's Mahaprasad.
So he explained to her what happened with Narad Muni and how he got a speck of Narayan's Mahaprasad.
И он объяснил ей, как он встретился с Нарадой Муни, и тот дал ему частичку Махапрасада от Нараяны.
And he felt incomparable ecstasy.
And he felt incomparable ecstasy.
То, что он испытал, ни с чем не сравнимый экстаз.
She said, I married you, and you said that out of love, I said that he is half of your body.
So she said, I've married you, and you said out of love that I accept you as a half of my body.
И Парвати сказала, ведь я вышла за тебя замуж и приняла тебя половиной своего тела.
Now I see it's all a show.
So now I see it is all a show.
Теперь я вижу, что это просто шоу.
You didn't save anything for me.
You didn't save anything for me.
Ты же ничего не дал мне.
Why didn't you save something for me?
Why didn't you save something for me?
Почему ты не приберег чуть-чуть для меня?
Lord Shiva thought.
Lord Shiva thought.
Господь Шива подумал.
You're not qualified.
You are not qualified.
Сказал ей, у тебя нет качеств.
What? I'm also a devotee of Vishnu.
What? I'm also a devotee of Vishnu.
Что? Я тоже преданная Вишну.
One of my names is Vaishnavi.
One of my names is Vaishnavi.
Одно из моих имен Вайшнави.
Oh, this is the worst suffering in the whole world.
So this is the worst suffering in the whole world.
Самое большое страдание во всем мире.
I say now, I'm going to get this Mahaprasad and see that it's not only given to the human beings, but even to dogs and jackals.
So I'm going to make sure now, I make sure that I'll get the Mahaprasad and also make sure that not only the human beings, but also the dogs and jackals.
Я сделаю так. Я разнесу этот Махапрасад, я сделаю его достоянием каждого. Даже собаки и шакалы будут его есть.
So even this is the material energy and the Supreme Husband.
So even
they have difficulty sometimes.
So even if she is the material energy, is the Supreme Husband, even they have difficulties at times.
И хотя она верховная богиня, у нее муж верховный повелитель, но все равно у них бывают трудные времена.
Finally, Lord Krishna had to come and intervene.
Finally, Lord Vishnu had to come and intervene.
В конце концов, Кришна пришел туда и вмешался.
He was the marriage counselor.
He was their marriage counselor.
Он был советником по семейным проблемам.
And he took Parvati aside and told her
He took
a
Parvati.
secret.
So he took Parvati aside and told her.
Он отвел Парвати в сторонку и сказал ей:
So, Lord Jagannath is the Daru Brahma. All his prasad is offered to Devi.
Lord Jagannath, Daru Brahma, all his prasad is offered to Devi.
Господь Джаганата Дару Браман, и весь его прасад предлагается Деви.
We can see that the marriage of husband and wife is actually for serving Krishna.
So you can see that the marriage of husband and wife is actually
For serving Krishna.
for serving Krishna.
И мы видим, что брак между супругами предназначен для служения Кришне.
Of course, they have facility to make children.
So of course they have facilities to make children.
Конечно же, у них есть все для того, чтобы обзавестись детьми.
Vairagis have to have male assistants.
The Vairagis, they should have male assistants.
И те, которые находятся в статусе вайраги, у них должны быть мужчины-помощники.
But if the Grihasthas have service of Krishna as their central point,
If the Grihasthas have service of Krishna as their central point,
Если грехастские семейные люди ставят служение в Кришне в центр,
then they can quickly achieve perfection.
then they can quickly achieve perfection.
тогда они быстро могут достичь совершенства.
Haribo. Haribo.
So, you see, supreme couple, they have some difficulty.
So you see the supreme couple, they had some difficulties.
И мы можем видеть, что даже у высших супругов в этой вселенной у них тоже есть трудные времена.
And there may be some difficulty.
Also
There may be some difficulty.
Поэтому могут быть проблемы.
But one should engage in Krishna's service, chant Harinam, read Bhagavatam.
So one should engage in Krishna's service, chant the Harinam, read the Bhagavatam.
Но надо заниматься преданным служением, воспевать Харинаму и читать Бхагаватам.
And in this way, one can achieve the highest perfection of life.
And in this way one can achieve highest perfection in life.
И таким образом человек может достичь высшего совершенства жизни.
So, another pastime that Lord Krishna, he went to Rukmini's palace
There's
in Dwarka.
another pastime where Lord Krishna, he went to Rukmini's palace in Dwaraka.
Есть еще одна игра, когда Кришна отправляется в один из дворцов Двараки к Рукмини.
Rukmini had a band, Brahmins chant mantras, the kids approaching Lord Krishna.
So Rukmini had a man chanting the mantras and the kids were approaching Krishna.
И у Рукмини браманы воспевали мантры, и дети подошли к Кришне.
And then she took Krishna into the private quarters.
So then she took Krishna into the private room.
И затем она отвела Кришну в свои покои.
And she bathed the lotus feet of Lord Krishna.
And she bathed the lotus feet of Lord Krishna.
Она омыла лотосные стопы Кришны.
She held his lotus feet on her chest.
And then she held his lotus feet on her chest.
И прижала его лотосные стопы к своей груди.
And then she was crying.
And then she was
Crying. Tears pouring from her eyes.
Tears were pouring from her eyes.
И она заплакала, слезы заструились из ее глаз.
Krishna said, I just came. Why are you crying?
So Krishna said, I just came. Why are you crying?
Я же пришел, почему ты плачешь, сказал Кришна.
And he started to speculate that one of the servants didn't listen to you or what.
And so then he started to speculate. The servants didn't listen to you or what?
Затем он начал думать, что служанки не слушаются.
He gave a few ideas.
So he gave a few ideas.
И он таким образом высказал возможные причины ее такого состояния.
You know what Lord Shiva is doing in Kailash.
So Rukmini said, you know what Lord Shiva is doing in Kailash.
И Рукмини сказала, ты знаешь, что Господь Шива делает на Кайласе?
You know what Lord Brahma is doing in Satyaloka.
You know what Lord Brahma is doing in Satyaloka.
А знаешь, чем Брахма занимается на Сатилоке?
You know what's happening in all the Ananda Koti Brahmanda.
You know what's happening in all the Ananta Koti Brahmanda.
Ты знаешь, что происходит в бесчисленных брамандах?
But you are the Supreme God and no one is above you.
So you are the Supreme Lord and
no one is above you.
And no one is above you.
Ты Верховный Господь, никто не выше тебя.
So you don't know, it seems you don't know what your devotee love, what the love feels for you.
So
Radharani know, I know, but you don't know.
So you don't know what the devotees out of love feels for you. Radharani know, I know, but you don't know.
Но единственное, чего ты не знаешь, то, что чувствует твой преданный, твоя преданная в сердце. Радharani знает это, я знаю это, но ты не знаешь об этом.
So he was amazed. No one ever said there was something he didn't know.
So he was amazed because no one have ever said that there is something that he doesn't know.
Он изумился, потому что никто до этого не говорил ему, что он чего-то не знает.
What?
What?
Что?
And he said, you don't know what love we feel for you.
You don't know what love we feel for you.
Ты не знаешь, какую любовь испытываем мы к тебе.
So then, eventually Krishna said, I'll take appearance as a devotee.
Then immediately Krishna decided, I would take appearance as a devotee.
И тогда сразу же Кришна решил, я приду как преданный.
Then that's how Radha and Krishna combined as Gauranga.
And that's how Radha and Krishna, they combined as Gauranga.
И это то, как Радха и Кришна объединяются, чтобы стать Гаурангой.
You're very fortunate to be here in the appearance and pastime place of Lord Gauranga.
So you all are very fortunate to be here in the appearance pastime place of Lord Gauranga.
Вы очень удачливы, потому что вы находитесь в том месте, где явился Господь Гауранга.
Bhattacharya, he sang, if there was not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who would have revealed to us his Vrindavan pastimes?
So Basu Ghosh has sang, if there was no Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who would have revealed to us the Vrindavan pastimes?
И Васу Гош поет, если бы Господь Чайтанья не пришел бы, кто бы раскрыл нам бы игры Кришны во Вриндаване?
His song inspired me to sing it. If Prabhupada wasn't there, I saw.
In that song, Prabhupada na hoito, tabe ki hoito,
Was inspired by
this song
by Vasu Ghosh.
by Basu Ghosh.
И этот баджан, который Гуру Махарадж написал, он был как раз вдохновлен вот этим баджаном Васу Гоша.
Anyway, Lord Chaitanya
Что бы было,
came
если бы Прабхупада не пришел?
to reveal these confidential pastimes.
So anyway, Lord Chaitanya came to reveal these confidential pastimes.
Так Господь Чайтанья приходит, чтобы раскрыть эти сокровенные игры.
Only by Lord Chaitanya's mercy we understand the love of Radha and Krishna to some extent.
So only by Lord Chaitanya's mercy we are supposed to understand the love between Radha and Krishna.
И только по милости Господа Чайтаньи мы можем понять любовные отношения Радхи и Кришны.
Gauranga. So, as we heard from this verse, simply right.
So, as we heard from this verse, simply by
Итак, то, что мы узнали об этом, из этого стиха, что просто слушанием,
by hearing or speaking with faith,
by hearing or speaking with faith,
просто слушая об этих играх с верой,
all our material lust can be stopped.
all our material lust can be stopped.
все наше материальное вожделение прекращается.
And that's all by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya.
And that's all by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya.
И это то, что происходит только по милости Шри Чайтаньи.
I'm very happy that you are here living in Lord Chaitanya's dham.
I'm very happy that all of you are living in Lord Chaitanya's dham.
Я очень рад, что все вы сейчас находитесь в Даме Господа Чайтаньи.
And we hope that you all can serve Prabhupada mission and help to broadcast the message of Lord Chaitanya.
I hope that you all can serve Srila Prabhupada's mission and hope to broadcast the message of Lord Chaitanya.
И я надеюсь, что все вы служите миссии Господа Чайтаньи и Шрилы Прабхупады и разносите его послание.
Gauranga. Any questions?
Is there any questions?
Какие-то вопросы?
If a person has a lot of lusty desires for illicit sex, intoxication, is it helpful to indulge and feel they're fully had enough and become overcome those desires in that way?
Если кто-то чувствует это вожделение в разных формах, занимаясь азартными играми, незаконным сексом, интоксикациями, то как могут помочь эти игры, слушание о них в этом?
If it's said that you hear with faith, if you can hear and not be agitated,
It said that you can hear with faith if you hear and not be agitated.
И мы только что услышали в начале, что если кто-то слушает об этих играх и не возбуждается, слушает с верой,
and then it can cure the lust in your heart.
then you can clear the lust in your heart.
то тогда можно победить вожделение в сердце.
If you speculate lusty things in your ear, and you have to get purified with more. If you speculate lusty things while you're here,
While you hear,
then you're not hearing with faith.
then you are not hearing with faith.
Но если слушание об этих играх вызывает какие-то ассоциации в вашем уме, какие-то мысли, которые исполнены вожделения, то тогда вам не следует слушать.
Any other question?
Any other questions?
Thank you for a class, Guru Maharaj. Мой вопрос такой. Все мы были там, мы были в своих странах. Мы были в своих странах, следовали правила, предписания, все то, что Прабхупад хотел, чтобы мы делали. И это доставляло удовольствие духовного учителя. Сейчас пришли здесь и тоже делаем, распространяем книги, некоторые программы, вот храм служим. Но мы ощущаем, что здесь нам хочется сделать что-то чуть-чуть побольше. Что чуть-чуть побольше Святую Дам может сделать преданный?
When we were in our countries,
when we work in our countries,
we have been doing many services in this mission. But when we came here to the Holy Dam, we have to do something more, little more. So what is this little more that we can do in the Holy Dam to satisfy the spiritual master?
Right, good question.
Good question.
Our devotional service should actually increase.
So devotional service should actually increase.
Хороший вопрос. На самом деле, преданное служение должно расти.
You get 1,000 times any devotional service done.
So you get 1,000 times of any devotional service which is done.
Здесь вы получаете результаты в 1000 раз больше преданного служения, чем в любом другом месте.
If you don't do anything, what's 1,000 times 0?
So if you can't do anything, so what is 1,000 times 0?
Но если вы ничего не делаете, то ваш ноль умножается тоже в 1000 раз.
So, try to do more seva.
So try to do more seva.
Старайтесь сделать больше служения.
I mean, nobody ever asked me, what can I do?
You don't really have to ask me what should I do.
Except Vishnu Priya.
Меня даже не надо спрашивать, что делать.
Vishnu Priya asked. I have many things that Prabhupada asked me to do.
I have many things Prabhupada asked me to do.
And you can help in that.
So you can help in that.
Прабхупада сказал мне делать много разного служения, и вы можете помогать мне в этом.
Jayapataka, she's helping me in my disciple care.
Audarya Leela, she is helping me in my disciple care.
Аударья Лила помогает мне заботиться об учениках.
And that's you and Europe.
Huh?
That's you and Europe.
Former Soviet Union and Europe.
so much area.
So much area.
Maybe she needs help.
То есть помогать, заботиться об учениках в бывшем Советском Союзе и в Европе – это такая большая территория. И ей нужна помощь.
I mean, that's a big problem. We should have so many people who want to do service and without handling, please give us service.
So that's the problem, that many devotees, they want to do service
Yeah,
and
they're handling their please give us service, what should we do?
they are hammering. So they are hammering, please give us service, what to do.
И мы жаждем этого служения. Пожалуйста, дайте нам служение. Что мы можем сделать?
He'd come here to do the VI.
So he had come here to do the VI.
He needs help. I don't know.
Do you need some help? I don't know.
Вот преданные здесь для того, чтобы заниматься на курсе Бхактивиданты.
And there's, I can think of some things, but like Gauranga Prem Maharaj, he has different festivals.
So like Gauranga Prem Maharaj, he has these festivals.
Гауранга Према Махарадж проводит праздники, фестивали.
He all looks for some foreign devotees.
They all,
He looks for foreign devotees.
he looks for some foreign devotees.
И для участия ему нужны западные преданные.
I went to Durgapur, Asansol.
I went to Durgapur, Asansol.
Huge pandals.
Huge pandals.
5,000, 10,000 people.
5,000, 10,000 people.
И мы были в Асунсёле и в Дургапуре. Это огромные программы, в которых участвуют 5,000, 10,000 в пандалах.
Russians are well liked in India.
So Russians, they all like to be in India.
Oh, they're well liked in India.
Oh, they are well liked in India.
India is a friend of Russia,
India is a friend of Russia,
politically.
politically.
И русские преданные, русскоязычные преданные чувствуют себя хорошо в Индии, потому что Индия дружит с Россией.
What? Anyway, there's plenty of opportunity to go out,
Anyway, there is plenty of opportunity for you all
participate in these festivals.
to participate in these festivals.
И у вас есть много возможностей поучаствовать в этих фестивалях.
Anyway, you get the point.
Anyway, this is the point.
And, also while you're here, and then people to read well books, get the Bhakti, Shastri Bhakti, Vaibhava Bhakti, Vedanta
Also,
degree.
when you are here, we are requesting people to read Srila Prabhupada's book, also take Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhakti Vedanta.
И сейчас преданных просят читать все эти книги и обучаться и бхакти-шастрам, и бхакти-вайбхаве, бхакти-веданте.
I said I would order any disciple who is in good standing and has the Bhakti Vedanta degree, I'll order them to go through the process to become a Diksha Guru.
So I will order any disciples who is in good standing, who has this Bhakti Vedanta degree, they can go through the process to become a Diksha Guru.
Те преданные, которые получили вот эту степень бхакти-веданты, могут сразу же подавать на Дикша-гуру.
It's hard for ladies to be guru in India.
It's hard for ladies to be guru in India.
Женщинам, однако, трудно быть гуру в Индии.
But I don't know if there's any problem in Russia.
But I don't know if there is any problem in Russia.
No problem. No problem.
They don't have still.
Huh?
Still they don't have.
Some Russian disciple goes out to Uganda, go back to Russia.
Гуру Махарадж спрашивает, а есть ли какие-то проблемы с тем, чтобы женщины вайшнави становились гуру в России, но на самом деле таких проблем у нас нет, похоже.
Well, that's one thing you can do while you're in Mayapur. We have the MI.
So one thing you have in Mayapur is you have MI.
Get a degree.
You can get your degree.
И у нас есть в Майяпуре Майяпурский институт высшего образования, который дает все эти степени при окончании курсов.
One last question.
All right.
Шрила Прабхупада сделал невозможное. Чайтанья Чандрачаран сказал, что формула успеха – это делать все, что мы можем, и еще чуть-чуть. Скажите, пожалуйста, пару слов о важности настроения подвига в служении преданного в жизни.
Srila Prabhupada has done impossible deed.
Srila Prabhupada has done impossible possible.
Impossible deeds. And Chaitanya Chandra Charan Prabhu told that success, perfection in success, that's to do whatever is possible and little more. Can you please elaborate on the heroism in devotional service, like what is a heroism in devotional service in this perspective?
Prahlad said to publish the Chaitanya Charitamrita in 2 months.
Srila Prabhupada said to publish the Chaitanya Charitamrita in 2 months.
Шрила Прабхупада закончил печать читания Чаритамриты в 2 месяца.
Then Rameshwar Prabhu said, that's impossible.
Then Rameshwar Prabhu said, that's impossible.
И Рамешвара Прабху сказал, это же невозможно.
Prahlad said, impossible is a word in a fool's dictionary.
Srila Prabhupada said, impossible is a word in a fool's dictionary.
Это было наставление Шрилы Прабхупады закончить публикацию читания Чаритамриты в 2 месяца. Рамешвара сказал, что это невозможно, и тогда Шрила Прабхупада сказал в ответ на это, что невозможно, из лексикона дураков.
They had a marathon and they published all the volumes of Chaitanya Charitamrita in 2 months.
And they had a marathon, then they published all the volumes of Chaitanya Charitamrita in 2 months.
И они приняли этот вызов. У них был марафон, и за 2 месяца они опубликовали все тома читания Чаритамриты.
I saw, people go to Prabhupada and say, I did this many books. Prabhupada would thank them.
What's that, Gurumaharaj? I didn't hear.
Prabhupada, some devotees, they go to Prabhupada and say, I distributed this many books.
So some devotees would go to Prabhupada and say, just, how can I please you? He said,
I distributed
I distributed
10,000 books.
Okay. So some devotees would go to Srila Prabhupada and say, I distributed books, 10,000 books.
Кто-то пришел к Шриле Прабхупаде и сказал, я распространил 10 тысяч книг.
And Prabhupada said, very good.
And Prabhupada would say, very good.
Очень хорошо.
Очень хорошо.
И Прабхупад сказал, очень хорошо.
Now do double next year.
Okay, good. Double it next year.
А теперь удвой в следующем месяце.
So if you do a little more, double it.
So if you want to do a little more, you can double it.
Если вы хотите делать больше, удваивайте ваши достижения.
We should try to do our best we can do.
So at least we should try to do to the best that we can afford.
По крайней мере, мы должны постараться сделать все так хорошо, как это возможно.
A little better.
И даже чуть-чуть лучше.
So we were distributing Vajrapurima previously 6,000 books, 6,000 sets.
So we were distributing for Bhadra Purnima previously 6,000 sets.
В прошлом году к Бадра Пурниме мы распространили 6000 комплектов Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam.
In 1920, we did 25,000 sets.
In 1920 we gave
2020.
2020 we gave 25,000 Bhagavatam sets.
И в 2020 году, в 2020 мы распространили 2000.
2021, we did 35,000.
No, это было 2000, а потом 35 тысяч. Окей, в 20-м это было 25, а в 21-м уже было 35.
So like Sika said, our goal is that by 2026, to distribute 1,000 sets.
So Vaisheshika Prabhu said by 2026 we should distribute 100,000 sets.
До 26 года, как сказал Вайшешика Прабhu, мы должны распространить 100 тысяч наборов Бхагаватам.
That means every year increasing 23%.
That means every year increasing it by 23%.
Это означает, что с каждым годом надо наращивать это распространение на 23%.
This year we should distribute at least 43,000 books.
So in that
43,000 sets of books.
So this year, that means this year we should distribute at least 43,000 sets of books.
Это означает, что в этом году мы должны распространить, по крайней мере, 43 тысячи наборов Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam.
Every year we should increase minimum 23%.
So every year we should increase minimum 23%.
То есть каждый год мы должны наращивать эту цифру на 23%, по крайней мере.
So if you can give me how many sets of Bhagavatam, how many Bhagavad Gitas, you'll distribute.
You can give me how many sets of Bhagavatam and
Each one.
each one.
Each person.
Okay. Each of you you can give me how many sets of Bhagavatam and how many Bhagavad Gita you distribute.
Вот вы мне можете дать список, пожалуйста, сколько каждый из вас хочет распространить или планирует распространить Бадра Пурниме наборов Бхагаватам и Бхагавад-гит.
You may not know Bengali, but just by being friendly, you'll capture their heart.
You might not know Bengali, but just by being friendly, you can capture their heart.
Вы можете не знать Бенгалия, но если вы дружески расположены, это захватит их сердце, покорит их.
Ladies can embrace the other ladies.
Женщины могут обнимать других женщин.
Wow. I'll never forget. I was embraced by a Russian lady.
Wow, I'll never forget. I was embraced by a Russian lady.
Я никогда не забуду этого. Меня обнимала русская Вайшнави.
Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Sitanath, Premanande, Gauranga.
Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.